good morning, New Orleans, and welcome to the Good Morning Show. I am blessed. I'm Will Sutton. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed that the Lord woke me up and granted me at least one more day or a part of it. We'll see how this goes, and I am happy to be with you, our WBOK family. It is 7 a.m. This is the Good Morning Show. With me is Eddie Francis.
Good morning. How's it going?
Thank you, man. I so appreciate you coming in.
No problem.
I know it's not every single day, and I know that we, have some rotations going on, but I really appreciate having my friend commit to come in on whatever regular basis so that we can have some convo and give news and information and gab a little too.
Well, I appreciate being invited. It could be the other way around. Trust me.
Well, look, folks, we're going to hop right to it. So go ahead and call your friends, text your friends, and let them know we got all kinds of breaking news and other things going on this morning. We're going to hear from Liberty Bank during this show. We are going to hear from New Orleans during this show. We're going to talk about the heat and people avoiding dying in cars on this show. We're going to talk about do we have an election or not on this show. But right now, we're going to the phone because the caller we have is 6th District Congressional Representative Cleo Fields. Good morning, Mr. Fields. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. How are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, Will and Francis. It's good to be with you all this morning.
Man, I know you've had quite a career. It looks like you can't go through a few months, a year or two without some challenges of some kind. But yet you keep going. And this Calais decision.
You're right.
Wow.
You're right. I mean, listen, I've never served in Congress a single day without having a Supreme Court case hanging over my head. And that's unfortunate. I mean, I understand that the governor, the attorney general, and the secretary of state, has basically, said there will be no election. They're just absolutely wrong on that, and we're going to fight that in court. At the end of the day, the elections have already started. Voters have qualified. Over 100,000 mail-in ballots have been sent to people. Many of them have turned their ballots in. So when people say the election starts on Saturday, no, it doesn't. The election has already started. And so, and in fact, we really don't even have a final judgment from the Supreme Court. Every party has 25 days from the issuing of a judgment to ask for a rehearing. I mean, the parties in this case have the same right. So I think we'll prevail on that matter. So we're going to be vigorously fighting in court to try to overturn this stay by the governor and the attorney general and the secretary of state.
So correct me if I'm wrong. You were elected to serve the 6th Congressional District after the state legislature created new maps, and this is the district that you were elected to serve. You're still the congressman for that district, and you intend to continue in your full term as congressman for that district. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. That's without question. And I tell people all the time, the question is not whether or not Cleo serves another day in Congress. It's really about whether or not a person who looks like me have the opportunity to serve in Congress. And thus, that's the whole purpose of the Voting Rights Act. I mean, this terrible Supreme Court, they struck down subsection 5 years ago. And now the only, meat we had in the Voting Rights Act was section 2. And now they've watered that down. How can you not take race into account when you're dealing with a voting act that basically deals with the past discriminations of minority voters? So I just think it's all bad, and it's really, upsetting to see that the state lawmakers, executives, would rush to a decision to just tell the people their votes, although they're voted, it just doesn't count. And I just think that's wrong, and we'll see them in court.
Congressman, when will that lawsuit be filed? Will that be filed by you or a civil rights organization or some other individual or set of individuals?
Well, one of the plaintiffs, one of the candidates in the 5th District has already filed. They filed yesterday.
Oh, who was that?
Who
was that?
I can't think of.
That's okay. The 5th District.
But also 5th District Democrat running for the 5th District. They have filed. We'll be filing. The NAACP Legal Defense Fund will be filing today. They have always represented me in these cases, and their case will be filed today. I mean, at the end of the day, the court doesn't even have the case. And for the Western District to opine before they even receive the case, it just goes to show you what black voters face in this state. And I would hope that the court really realized that what they did was just open up a whole can of worms, not only in Louisiana, but all across the country, particularly in the southern parts of the country. And I tell people, there's not a single African American ever elected to Congress from Louisiana in a majority white district. It just hasn't happened. That's the proof. Many have run, none have been elected, and it's a terrible decision, and it's even more terrible that they want to just execute it so quickly. So we will see. And people are fighting, and I think we ultimately prevail on the changing of the election.
And you are part of the Congressional Black Caucus. I'm seeing different estimates that this would affect at least 19 of those seats, and possibly as high as 27, which would be a big hole in the Congressional Black Caucus.
Yeah, it's unconscionable. I mean, look. I mean, these are voting rights districts. These are districts that were perfected merely because people of color just have never had a chance to be elected in a national government. We have never elected even a statewide elected official. The evidence is real clear. We need the act. And as soon as Congress meets next Congress, the first thing they should do is pass a voting rights act with teeth. And I think there's going to be a rule of thumb to do that. And, by the way, term limit these Supreme Court justices. Because they are just absolutely political pawns. Okay. And I think the Congress will move on that.
All right. Well, I know we are fortunate to have these few minutes with you, Congressman, and I know you normally have busy days. But with this Calais decision and related items, I know your days in the last 48 hours have been very busy, as you will be busy today and this weekend. So Lord's blessings, and thank you so much for representing all of us in the 6th District and all of Louisiana and much of the nation. People look for you for leadership. And
Well, thank you so much, Will. Thank all of you, and I apologize for yesterday.
No problem. No, people don't know about that.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
Lord's blessings. Have a great day. All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear, can you vote? Starting tomorrow?
Yeah.
Is there an election? There's not an election. What is going on? The governor issued an executive order saying no election, or did he? And does it count? It's 7:09 a.m. I'm Will Sutton. This is Eddie Francis with me. Good conversation with Congressman Cleo Fields. This is WBLK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Friday morning, I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. Promising a fight and calling the timing of the indictment concerning, Sheriff Susan Hudson says she will not be deterred. This after she turned over her passport and appeared in court yesterday after her indictment. All of this happening as she's set to leave office on Monday. She says she's confident the facts will vindicate her and that she looks forward to clearing her name. Hudson faces 30 charges ranging from malfeasance in office to obstruction of justice throughout her term. The sheriff's chief financial officer, Bianca Brown, is also indicted on 20 counts. The fight for representation in Congress deepens with the first lawsuit filed since the House races were postponed. It comes after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Louisiana's congressional map, claiming it's an unconstitutional gerrymander and their use in the upcoming congressional elections would violate the law. A federal lawsuit filed by 2 voters against the state seeks to continue with the House elections. They claim the suspensions is unlawful and threatens to disenfranchise voters. But right now, Louisiana has 4 Republicans and 2 Democrats representing the state. A revised map could give Republicans a chance to pick up at least 1 more House seat. And also be prepared to dodge some raindrops because there are some storms in the forecast once again. Festival officials actually closed the event early on yesterday because of the rain, and now waiting to see if the case will be the same for today. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks
and Kimber White Dupree
from the Front Porch.
Some combos are too good to miss. Now you can pull up a chair to the front porch anytime.
Just search WBOK Media and subscribe to the Front Porch Podcast.
Download, share, and hit us with a 5-star rating because New Orleans culture deserves to be heard loud and clear.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
New Orleans. Y'all out there? This is Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. We're here at the Good Morning Show at 7:13 a.m. Got somewhere to be at 7:15. You got 2 minutes to get there. Don't forget, the speed limit around the schools is 20 miles per hour. Look, we don't have a lot of time, and she is busy with the early voting starting tomorrow, May 2nd through May 9th. But the governor threw a curveball, and we want to clarify with our registrar of voters, Lisa Marie Manning Bridges. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am doing well. How are you?
Fabulous. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis, and we just had Cleo Fields call in and say the election has already started. But the governor issued an executive order postponing elections. So I don't know how many times I heard from people, well, do I vote or do I not vote? Is there something for me to vote on? Can I vote for a House representative or not? Lisa Manning Bridges, registrar, do we have an election early voting starting tomorrow?
Yes. We have an election early voting starting tomorrow. Mm-hmm. They will be voting for everything with the exception of the House seats. So everything would be on the ballot as normal. Even if they check their ballot, House is still on there, but House won't be counted. So even if they cast a vote for their candidate on the House part of the ballot, that part will not be counted.
So whoa. So
right.
So wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute. So if I go in and cast my primary vote for whoever it is in my district for House,
mm-hmm.
is not going to count.
Correct. According to the governor's orders, yes.
Wow.
And the Secretary of State. The House portion is what was postponed. So voters should still come out and vote. They should come out, and if they have their ballots, the mail-in ballots, they should still send those in. We've been getting calls yesterday asking about the mail-in ballots. Should I still mail it in? Yes, mailing your ballots as normal. Come out if you early vote in person. No party voters should still come out and do their declaration so that they can vote for the side that they will vote for, whichever side that is. But we're staffed, we are ready, we're moving forward as normal.
Okay. Well, that's one curveball. Another curveball was in the works months ago, and so we have closed primaries. So,
correct.
But do we have closed primaries for each of these races, or only certain races?
Closed party primary is only for U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, Supreme Court Justice, Bessie Board, and Public Service Commissioner.
Okay.
So if any of those seats are on a ballot and it's a no-party voter, a no party, which used to be the independents, but they were changed to no party, if it's a no-party voter and they are one of those seats is on their ballot, they still have to declare how they want to vote. And remember, the only thing that's postponed is the U.S. House. So if there's a Democratic senator, Democratic, anyone that's Democrat and Republican, they have to declare which party they want to vote for.
Do you have to do that declaration before you vote, or is your declaration as you vote?
As you vote. When you come to the polls, you will have a declaration form you will need to complete if they want to do it. They don't have to. If they decide, I don't want to vote for any of them, I just want to vote my regular ballot, which will include all other races, your judicial races, constitutional amendments. That will be on everybody's ballot.
Okay.
But
let's say I'm a Democrat. I'm a registered Democrat, and I want to vote in the Democratic congressional race, and I want to vote in the Democratic U.S. Senate race. Can I do that?
Yes. If you're a Democrat and you want to vote Democrat, yes, you can do that.
Okay. If I am a Republican and I want to vote for a U.S. Senate race and I want to vote for a congressional race, as a registered Republican, can I do that?
A registered Republican can vote for any Republican.
Including the U.S. Senate?
U.S. Senate, yes.
But will that count?
The only thing that's affected is the House.
Okay.
U.S. House race.
Okay. So as a registered Republican, I vote for a House candidate. I can do it, but it's not going to count.
If they're a Republican. I'm sorry. You're right. It's not going to count for a House seat. The House race is the only thing that's affected by the governor's declaration and the Secretary of State's orders. So House races will not count.
Okay. And as a registered no party, and let's just say this particular person been no party for years, not just recently with the changes. They've been no party. Can they vote in the Democratic House race and Democratic Senate race?
They can vote, but remember, the House vote won't count.
And can a registered Republican vote in the U.S. Senate race and the Republican House race?
The House part won't count. They can vote, but it won't count. It'll still be on the ballot. The ballot would be just like normal because this happened too late to take it off the ballot.
Yeah.
So everything would still be on the ballot, but from what the directive we received, the votes cast for the House races will not count.
And
will not be counted.
And we have 5 constitutional amendments on the ballot. That still stands. Yes. Everybody can and should vote on each of those 5, yes or no?
Indeed. They should vote on each of those. And you have judicial race, you have Yeah, so those are the races that I got off the top of my head. I'm
Okay,
driving.
that's all right.
Sorry.
All right. No. I mean, things were changing so fast in
Yes.
the last couple of days and last night. I'm so glad that you were able to spend a few minutes with us and our WBOK family of listeners. Thanks for clarifying that people have the opportunity to vote, just not in the
Yes,
U.S. Senate
please,
race and not in the
please.
U.S. House race.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
And if the voters have ballots, mail-in ballots, they should still mail them in.
Okay, Lord's blessing. Thank you, Madam Registrar. Thank you for the clarification. I think you just helped a whole bunch of people. Lord's blessings
hope
and have a great day.
All right. You too.
All right.
Bye, Eddie.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks, we can take a quick break, and then we're going to talk about National Heat Stroke Prevention Day. Too many people dying in cars and other situations because of heat. Now it's May, and it's only going to get hotter. It's 7:21 a.m. I'm Will Sutton with Eddie Francis, and the talk line number is
504-582-9422, 504-582-9422.
This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Today is a WDSU First Warning Weather Impact Day. We are talking about the possibility of more on and off again chances of showers and thunderstorms. Any of those could be severe and also could pose a flash flood potential for us. Highs today 68 to 77. We'll see another round of storms overnight after midnight to about 3 a.m. Then for your Saturday morning, storms will clear out. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hoops, Heat, The Truth, on demand. Ball Don't Lie is now live on all podcast platforms. Tap in, search WBOK Media, find Ball Don't Lie, and bring the fire with you wherever you go. Download, share, and leave that 5-star review because the game doesn't stop when the show ends.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
Well, saints of God, this is Pastor David Impartan Sr. coming to you over the airways of WBOK, your favorite host of Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want to invite you to our show every Saturday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock p.m. That's Change Your Water, Change Your Mind. I want you to invite your family and friends to a broadcast that's designed to change your life, the way you think, the way you act, and what you eat. We want you to tune in every Saturday at 1 o'clock, WBOK, 12:30 a.m. See you on Saturday.
The Ron Kelly Show. Real talk, bold truth. Tune in for your weekly dose of unapologetic conversations that don't dodge the truth or dilute the message. Stay informed on the issues that matter most on The Ron Kelly Show. Every Monday at 7 p.m. on WBOK 12:30 a.m.
Good morning. Wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Show. Good information about what we can vote for and what we can't vote for and how to do that. That was good. Lisa Manning Bridges, our registrar. Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Right now, we're going to jump into a conversation, a really important conversation because, you know, it was April. Now it is May. And in New Orleans, you know what that means as we move into May, June, July, and August. It means heat.
Yeah, yeah.
And there are impacts and things you should be doing generally. But we've got some special counsel and advice from our NHTSA administrator, Jonathan Morris. Good morning, Mr. Morris. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. How are you, sir?
Doing fantastic. Good morning, Will and Eddie, and good morning to the people of beautiful New Orleans.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. National Heat Stroke Prevention Day is something where you bring particular highlight to heat stroke prevention. But of course, we know, particularly here in New Orleans, heat is an issue every year. So can you give us some general information about heat stroke generally, what happens in hot car deaths?
Absolutely. Heat stroke, as you know, takes place when the body gets beyond a certain temperature. It's really when the body temperature goes up above 104 degrees. And it gets really dangerous when it gets above that to 107 degrees. That's really a deadly situation. So as temperatures increase across the country, and like you said, right there in New Orleans, what we're looking to do on National Heat Stroke Prevention Day is focus on one particularly dangerous and tragic form of heat stroke, and that's when kids are left in hot cars. And especially when you're talking about from newborns to 5 years old, because those are the kids that are most susceptible to heat stroke.
So whenever there are these situations when it comes to heat stroke, when it comes to kids, what do the data say about what people are saying? When they say, well, left my kid in the car, I thought the kid was going to be fine. Are there any data that indicate why people would do this?
Yeah, absolutely. And it happens a lot. And this is something that is not intentional. No loving parent is going to leave their kid intentionally in a hot car and put them at risk. But since 1998, we've had more than 1,000 kids die because they're left in a hot car. And we really see three different situations where this happens. Sometimes a kid is forgotten in a vehicle by a parent or caregiver. A lot of times it happens when there's a change of routine, like one parent generally is the one that takes the kid to daycare, and they switch up for a day because maybe the other parent has a medical appointment. And so that's one situation where it just loses, it's not on top of mind. Another very common situation, unfortunately, is that, you might leave the car parked outside on a hot day and kids are outside playing, and, somebody will crawl up into that car. And, if you got child locks in there, for instance, they may get stuck in there and not be able to get out. And nobody's aware that the kids could be in the car. And the third situation is that one where kids are knowingly left in a car. I think that happens when you're just running into the grocery store, just running a really quick errand. You leave the kid in a car. It's only going to be 20 minutes. But I think a lot of people don't realize that in just 10 minutes, the inside of a car can heat up by 20 degrees, and cracking a window or parking in the shade that does not prevent that increase in temperature. And then the one other thing I would add, Will, is that, think of yourself when you get into like a hot car or in a really hot room, the sun's beating down, how hot things get, and it turns up really quick. But we're adults. Our bodies have the ability to regulate temperature 3 to 5 times faster than a kid. So a child's temperature raises so much quicker than ours does. And it's already uncomfortable when we get into a hot car.
One of the things that I wonder about, because we hear about carbon monoxide poisonings, unintentional. There are others, of course, but unintentional carbon monoxide poisoning. When you talked about running in the store to just get a few things, the kids in the car, sometimes a person will leave the kid in the car and leave it running with the air conditioning on. Does that help, or is it worse?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we've got a lot of situations that we've seen over the years where the air conditioning is on, but it doesn't cool the full car. And usually, you got the kids are in the back seat, and most vehicles you don't necessarily have the air conditioning running out to that back. So just having the air conditioning on, that is not something that would ensure that the kid's going to be safe. Again, I can't think of a more tragic situation to lose your kid when you were just running an errand. You just get mixed up, or a kid comes and crawls in the vehicle to play and can't get out.
So the resources, because sometimes some of us we might be doting parents. Or described otherwise, but we want to look for things, find ways that we can keep a child alive, keep our child healthy, keep them safe. So we don't see ourselves being one of these parents or guardians or adults, but where can we go to get more information about what to do to prevent this heat stroke with anyone, but the kids in particular?
Absolutely. So we have on the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's website, NHTSA.gov. If you go to NHTSA.gov/heat stroke, we've got some tips in there that how you can help prevent hot deaths. But a few quick hits for you and your listeners. Few quick, simple safety checks is one. Never leave a child in the car, not even for a minute. To help with that situation where somebody might forget unintentionally, create minders. So your kid's in the back, the child's seat, all buckled up as is appropriate. If you put your phone or something back in the back seat next to them, or your purse for mother, or another essential item, that could be a quick reminder. So you're always going to look back in there and you won't forget. You can verify drop-offs, like that situation where maybe the dad's going to be dropping off the kid at daycare. If you arrange in advance for the child's care center or the school to call one or both parents if the kid isn't arriving on time, that can be a life-saving way to make sure you've got that reminder. And then, before you leave the car, just pause for a second, check the back seat, and make sure you lock the doors. I think it's really important to have your doors locked to prevent that kid from crawling in there to play. And so what we remind folks is stop, look, and lock. Just that 3 simple words. Stop, pause, take a beat, look in the back, look, again, take a look, make sure that the kid isn't in that seat, and then lock those doors to prevent them from crawling in.
Good. And again, that's NHTSA.gov.
Yeah, absolutely. /heat stroke for more on this in particular.
Okay. All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So I know you all care about this and so many other things, and appreciate the work that you all do across the year. But are there particular hotspots where you find more of these car deaths? And is New Orleans or anywhere in Louisiana one of those, or how are we doing compared to other locations?
Absolutely. The deaths, they happen all across the country, but we see them most frequently in the Sun Belt. So Louisiana is right up there. And in fact, just over the past 25 years, we had 39 kids die from hot car deaths in Louisiana alone.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's a lot, because that's higher than the average, it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's higher than the average.
That's not good.
And it's hot, it's humid in Louisiana, and we see across the U.S., we see a lot of fatalities. This is the start of that season where we see the peak number of fatalities as the temperatures are rising. A lot of people don't realize that a car can become fatally hot even when it's only 60 degrees outside, because that sun beats into the car the heat cycles in there. It gets trapped in within the glass in the windshield.
Yeah,
so
now that you
it's something that, again, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Again, go ahead.
I was just going to say, it's just one of those things where you think this can never happen to me. I love my kid. I would never forget. And so this is one of the things that we're really looking to remind parents about. And we just launched a new public service announcement to prevent this entirely preventable tragedy. And we call it Never Happens. And it really highlights, loving parents, just things that happen during the day can result in this tragedy. So we just want to, hammer this message home: stop, look, and lock.
All right. Yeah, I'm not trying to minimize this by any stretch of the imagination, Jonathan. I don't know if you're familiar with the show The Pit on HBO, but there's actually an episode of The Pit that dealt with this very subject, where one of the characters had to bring her kid into the emergency room, and everybody, there was this sentiment of browbeating the character for being negligent to her child. But as it turned out, her situation was the very one of the ones that you brought up, where she didn't realize that the child went into the car. And so with that, I'm wondering, what do you think of how people can help parents through this sort of thing instead of browbeating them, instead of making them feel bad about what they're doing? Because you brought up some situations that I'm sure people don't think about. How can people be supportive of parents and in making sure that they make this a preventable situation?
I think it's about education, really, Will. I think it's, it doesn't help to judge somebody after the fact, right? That's as tragic of a situation as anybody could ever go through. And again, this can happen to anybody. Doesn't matter how much of a loving parent they are. I mean, it can truly happen to anybody. Like you said, I haven't seen that episode. I'm gonna have to dig that one up because it really is sounds like it's right on point. But just leaving your car unlocked, or you may not even have kids, but if you live in a neighborhood, you got your car parked outside, kids might crawl into your car as well. So I think, that's why we want to kind of use education to hit these points and make people aware of how this can happen, because it's something that you think how could this ever happen to me? But it can happen to anybody.
Wow. Well, this is pretty sobering. I know we have a hotter state generally, and particularly in southern Louisiana, hotter region, and then New Orleans and this closer metro, the temperatures really climb. And so we're more situated for more of these types of incidents. But I'm really sorry to hear that we had 39 kids die because of this. Of course, the ideal is to get through a season, to get through a summer with zero. And I hope that folks have been listening and that they will share this information that you have shared with us so that we can reduce that number and get as close to zero as we can. But once again, where can people go to find resources?
Yes, if you want to go online to nhtsa.gov, that's nhtsa.gov/heat stroke, they can find out more about this. Will and Eddie, I just want to thank you so much for helping to get this word out about this very important issue.
All right.
Thank you,
blessings, Mr. Morrison. Thank you, and thank you so much. A really important thing, and it's something we can do something about. So thank you, and have a blessed day.
Same to you. You guys have a blessed day and a blessed weekend.
All right. Thank you.
Well, oh, man, I don't like being above the average on things. It's like, here's another thing.
Yeah.
We're
one more thing.
Want to be.
Yeah,
we don't
one more
be.
thing.
39 child deaths in Louisiana this past year. We don't want to do that. So, folks, please find this recording on WBOK's YouTube channel. Find this recording on WBOK's Facebook page. Share this with family and friends. go to that resource at nhtsa.gov/heat stroke and find some of those tips that Mr. Morrison just mentioned. And we will be back after the break. We're going to have a bit of time to hear from you. You're hearing from our guests, Cleo Fields, Registrar Lisa Manning Bridges, and just now, Mr. Jonathan Morrison talking about National Heat Stroke Prevention. And you're hearing our voices, Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. But we would love to hear yours. I know that you got some things on your mind about some things that you heard this morning, or perhaps you heard that governor interview the other day, and you got something to say about what he said about hug-a-thug policies, or something else. And there's a way for them to reach us, right, Eddie?
Yep, 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422.
All right, when we come back, we got some news for y'all. We got some news. So we're going to be bringing that to you right after this break. This is WBOK, 12:30 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. As BET's co-founder, Sheila Johnson has a ton of experience in media, but a lot's changed since she first got the black-focused entertainment cable network off the ground. Johnson spoke to Bloomberg about the state of media and what black audiences might be seeking out now.
I just think that the landscape and the racial landscape of what African Americans are watching is changing. And I just think that we have got such a broad perspective of people out there that want something different, especially this younger generation. So we need to reevaluate what are the goals of black media and what are the answers? What is it out there that we need to answer?
According to Nielsen, just over 50% of black viewers feel there isn't enough content on TV from people of their identity group. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the front porch, y'all. You know how we do. Every Monday is Movie Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
If you had $1 million, would you leave it to an 18-year-old?
Hopefully not, but that's exactly what can happen with a simple will. The money goes straight to your kids when they hit the legal age, no guardrails.
A trust lets you control when and how they receive their inheritance. You can set ages, milestones, or even make sure they finish school first.
Give them security, not a spending spree.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
A careless driver can change your life in an instant. Do you know what to do or who to call? If you've been injured in a motor vehicle accident and do not have an attorney, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free consultation. We can answer all of your questions and estimate the potential value of your case. Call Auto Accident Help Desk and connect with an expert personal injury attorney.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Don't worry how to handle your medical bills, lost wages, and pain. We will get you the money you deserve.
They got me way more than the insurance company offered.
The consultation is free, and you do not pay any legal fees unless we win or settle your case. Make the smart call. If you've been injured in an auto accident, call Auto Accident Help Desk for a free legal consultation.
Call 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524. 800-269-4524.
Good morning. Wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
I'm Will Sutton. I'm here with Ed Francis.
Good morning.
And keeping things together on the other side of the glass is Jared! All right.
What
All right.
just happened?
Yeah, it's a morning show.
That's a good thing.
Trying to do a little funning.
And clearly you have had your coffee. Clearly.
Still drinking. Yep. Yeah. My wife got up this morning before I got out because usually she is still in bed when I get out. And she said, I wonder what it would be like if I get up a little earlier and but it looks like you have a routine. You're like moving. I was like, yes. We'll have to continue that conversation later.
Oh yeah, we have to get Miss Cheryl and Miss Halima together for that particular conversation because that's it's the same. It's the same in my house.
Yeah, you're on the move. Yes,
it's the same in my house.
Show starts at 7.
And I mean, there are times that I'll take on another radio shift during traffic, and for that one, I have to be up at like 2:45.
Yeah.
So I gotta get up, move around. I gotta be there by 4:30 because the traffic shift starts at 5, and so
Wow. Yep.
Lights are coming on at a time we do not like for some people.
Yep. Well, we're going to tell you about part of the overnight news that we need to share with you, and then we're going to go to break and get back to another piece of news that you need to be aware of. Of course, the Orleans Parish Sheriff, Susan Hudson. Yes, she is sheriff. She's still sheriff for a few days. She has been indicted on 30 felony charges from an investigation that started looking into the jail escape of the 10 residents or inmates, the 10 people, the 10 men who escaped from the Orleans Justice Center on May 16th. Yesterday, Sheriff Hudson, being the law enforcement person that she is, being the sheriff, she knows the drill. She knows how these things work. So she showed up for her first court appearance on the charges and was booked and had the mugshot taken and all of that. Most embarrassing. Looking at the indictment, it looks particularly thin. My non-legal judgment, but I'm pleased that we've heard something from the sheriff. And Eddie, I think you have that statement from Sheriff Hudson.
Yes, on WWLTV.com, she was quoted as saying, "I will aggressively fight to clear my name. The timing of this indictment is concerning. It will not deter me from pursuing every available legal action to demonstrate that these accusations are unfounded." And that statement was delivered through her defense attorney, Gregory Carter. And so Sheriff Hudson And as you said, she is still sheriff. Sheriff Hudson has vowed to fight this and to clear her name.
As she should. If your indictment opens with, she didn't actually do any of this, but she should be responsible.
Yeah.
And we're going to issue these indictments, and we're not going to issue 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. We're going to do 30. So we hope that something gets stuck, that it sticks, because that's how it reads to me.
Yeah.
And if you got more, where is it? Now, I will say, having talked to some of my attorney friends, there are minimum requirements for indictments and what they must include, and this apparently met the minimum, and we going to see if they come up with more. There's some different standards for state indictments, like Attorney General Liz Murrow handled in this particular case, and then we will see if there are any other things that develop as we move along. Right now, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to try to take 1 or 2 calls if we can get you in, and we got some more news that we need to share with you. There have been developments in the clerk-elect Calvin Duncan case. We'll tell you about that after the break. So if somebody wants to call, what's that number, Eddie?
It is 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422.
All right, this is WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
WBOK New Orleans, home of the Good Morning Show, 7 to 9 a.m. weekdays.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. President Trump says a return to the moon could happen during his time in office. Speaking at the White House with the crew of NASA's Artemis II mission, Trump praised the astronauts' historic flight.
It takes people like this to make our country great, and everybody I knew, they wanted to see the launch.
The mission marks a key step toward NASA's goal of landing humans on the moon by 2028. North Carolina A&T is joining a new coalition of HBCUs aimed at boosting research funding and opportunities. The group, based in Washington, will work to expand student career paths and faculty recruitment, backed by a $1 million grant supporting research growth at 15 campuses. And comedian Sinbad is making his return to the stand-up stage nearly 5 years after suffering a stroke. The 69-year-old says he's excited for sold-out comeback shows in Pasadena, joined by his daughter, comedian Paige Bryan. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Good morning, wake up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
With me is Eddie Francis. Want to let you know that there's been a big development in the Orleans Parish Criminal Court Clerk-elect Calvin Duncan case. And that is that there has been a lawsuit, a federal lawsuit filed to stop the bill that would merge the criminal court clerk job with the civil court clerk job, and that is going to be quite a fight because this is part of Calvin Duncan, his team, and advocates are working to make sure that the man is able to take his seat and do the job. he didn't run just to get elected and
Right.
sit at home.
Right.
He ran to improve the office, and 68% of you all agreed. So that lawsuit has been filed, and that's focused on Senate Bill 256, which has moved to the governor. So want to make sure that you're aware of that. Again, if you want to look it up, Senate Bill 256. And that report is according to WWL. We got some calls we're going to take, and we're going to take as much as we can. So y'all work with us because we got other folks on the line, and we're going to have to break again shortly. So before we move to the next segment. Good morning, Pop Jones. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis.
Good morning, Will and
Eddie.
Morning. Eddie, going to get your Winnebago. You doing all that double duty.
Hey, man.
That's a good one.
You know what, Pop? My birthday is coming up in June, man, so let me know what you're going to do, all right?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. you know, I'm struggling. I get your bicycle or something, Eddie. Look,
I tell you what, Pop
I know
Jones,
you don't
maybe
have
you
much
can get
time.
him
I could go into a lot of
maybe
things.
you can get him a cup of coffee.
What I wanted to ask
the
about
Winnebago.
is the thing with the sheriff
Yeah.
and all the charges they got against
Yeah.
her and her assistant.
Yep.
And look like they are concerned about the relationship when her and her assistant had outside of the work area. Why is that?
I don't know about that, but the person you're talking about as an assistant was far more than an assistant. That's the chief financial officer, Bianca Brown, who has a 20-count indictment against her. C2 is going through this process as well. So, but I hear you, Pop. It's a very serious situation. This is our
So
incumbent.
what does malfeasance in an office mean?
Well, it depends on what the charges are and whether it is federal or state. But it's basically something that's done illegally, something that's wrong, something that's unjustified in a public role, and that you're essentially abusing your power in one way or another, and sometimes for personal gain. So I'm not sure how that fits with this, but we'll see. Pop Jones, we're going to have to go. Lord's blessings, sir.
Yeah, I'll let
have a
somebody
great
else
day.
call. All right, thanks.
All right,
Thank you,
for
Pop.
taking-
Appreciate you.
All right. Good morning, Don. You're on the line with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. We just have a minute, man.
Yeah, greetings. We're talking about the issue of voting. I would still vote for the House representative. Let it be on record that you voted. Don't not vote. Vote for House representative.
I agree.
And look, quickly, we talk about DEI, the elimination of very qualified major generals and all these sisters who had master's degrees, hundreds of 400,000 black women getting terminated from the federal government. Do you know that from 1870, after the Peculiar Institution, to 1940, black people, black inventors, it had 50,000 patents? During the Industrial Revolution, the greatest time period in world history of innovation, black people had 50,000 patents. We know about some of them, Lewis Latimer and Garrett Morgan. So most of them was in the industrialized North. Okay, but New Orleans, we know the agriculture South. The South was agriculture with people like Dr. George Washington Carver, who was educated at Iowa State.
Hey, Don.
So the
Don,
South was agriculture.
Great points. And
But
maybe
look,
we can talk
the
some
New
more
Orleans
about that.
export
New
Orleans contribution was jazz.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, Lord's blessings. Have a good day. All right, we're going to squeeze you in, Reverend Calhoun. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis.
Well, I'm going to be really quick because I
please.
want to speak to. I really want to speak to the interview that you had with the governor.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out some things that were said.
Yes.
Number one, was not Michelle Woodfolk responsible for the crime reduction? Was that not before we had Troop Nola, or even before he was governor?
It was before he was governor, and it was before Troop Nola, and that's
he
why
also made the comment that how he comes to New Orleans. But outside of going below to the French Quarter.
All right. I'm sorry. Some kind of technical thing, Reverend Calhoun. Not sure what happened, but we're going to try to get you on again before we get off if we can. But we got a chock full of show. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk with Kelly Schultz from New Orleans and Company. Let's talk about all the wonderful things that have been happening. It's pretty incredible, and it's certainly Jazz Fest, but much more. All right, we're going to the break. When we come back, New Orleans and Company with Kelly Schultz. This is WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Friday morning, I'm Daryl Forges with WDSU News, and here's your headlines. Promising a fight and calling the timing of the indictment concerning, Sheriff Susan Hudson says she will not be deterred. This after she turned over her passport and appeared in court yesterday after her indictment. All of this happening as she's set to leave office on Monday. She says she's confident the facts will vindicate her and that she looks forward to clearing her name. Hudson faces 30 charges ranging from malfeasance in office to obstruction of justice throughout her term. The sheriff's chief financial officer, Bianca Brown, is also indicted on 20 counts. The fight for representation in Congress deepens with the first lawsuit filed since the House races were postponed. It comes after the U.S. Supreme Court struck down Louisiana's congressional map, claiming it's an unconstitutional gerrymander and their use in the upcoming congressional elections would violate the law. A federal lawsuit filed by 2 voters against the state seeks to continue with the House elections. They claim the suspensions is unlawful and threatens to disenfranchise voters. But right now, Louisiana has 4 Republicans and 2 Democrats representing the state. A revised map could give Republicans a chance to pick up at least 1 more House seat. And also be prepared to dodge some raindrops because there are some storms in the forecast once again. Festival officials actually closed the event early on yesterday because of the rain, and now waiting to see if the case will be the same for today. I'm Daryl Forges, and that's your headlines for WBOK. Have a great day.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
And welcome back to the Good Morning Show. It is 8:03 a.m. You got somewhere to be at 8 o'clock. You are late. So please be safe. Just make sure you get there because, as our friend Ashley Shelton likes to say, you got one life and much more time. So, you know, what you're going to do. How you're going to choose that. All right? Watch out for our kiddos around the schools. It's 20 miles per hour school zone speed limit. Slow down and make sure that you get where you're going and they get where they're going. Right now, we're jumping into conversation with our friend Kelly Schultz, Senior Vice President of Communications at New Orleans and Company. And good morning, Kelly. You're on with Will Sutton and Eddie Francis. How are you?
Hey, Will. Hey, Eddie. Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Kelly.
Oh, man. Kelly. Man, oh, my God. You know, it seems like, you know, people talk about, well, there's not enough things to do, or there's this or that, or Fest won't be as good as it was before. And it was like that first weekend, my goodness. And it looks like even with a shortened rain day yesterday, it was so many people that when they shortened the day, my wife was stuck in traffic because there were so many people, which is, you know, it was unfortunate because of the weather change, but it's proof positive that so many people were out there who did drive, and so many more who took ride shares, and others who took the shuttle buses, and people are still enjoying fests. And you got some data to back that up, right?
Exactly. You know, everyone can see it and feel it that the city has been packed. You know, even with the rain short day yesterday, Jazz Fest has still been a tremendous success, and our numbers prove that. So we look at hotel occupancy as one measure of success, and last weekend as well as this weekend, every single night of Jazz Fest 2026, the hotel occupancy has been higher than it was for Jazz Fest in 2025. So that's a really good sign. It's in the 90% range for tonight and tomorrow night,
That's
which
great.
we know when the hotels are full, that means people are also going out to our restaurants and bars. They're exploring other neighborhoods. Of course, they're enjoying Jazz Fest, but, you know, we want people to go out and do the after hours events. We want them to shop. We want them to take tours, and really just, you know, boost our economy in as many different diverse ways and neighborhoods as possible.
Well, and that's the data you can collect because those hotel folks are cooperative with you, and it's something you can rely on. But of course, there are short-term rentals, and all the people who come and crowd some of our homes because it's Jazz Fest. Those people aren't even in the count.
You may have a house full of people too. We don't measure that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I don't know what you're doing over there in New Orleans and Company, not measuring that data, Kelly. I don't know.
Well, I will tell you, we do have a really cool data tool called Placer AI, and after an event, it'll tell us how many people were in town and how many people were in certain areas, and so it does that using cell phone technology. So it's pretty interesting. Like we can tell, you know, based on someone's phone where they're coming from. So we know if they're locals or if they're from the state of Louisiana or if they're coming from regional audiences. I mean, we know for Mardi Gras, we had, I think it was 40% or 60% or more of the visitors were here from over 250 miles away. So that's good because that's that visitor audience that is so important to us, and we know that people are driving and coming in. I was just in Mobile, Alabama this week for a conference promoting New Orleans, and there is a lot of excitement about our city.
We'll call that the Who Stayed With Your Mama and Them data set. So what about there's this nationwide celebration called National Travel and Tourism Week. Tell us about that.
Right. So every year, in the first part of May, New Orleans and Company and our city is part of a national celebration called National Travel and Tourism Week. This is a national series of events really designed to highlight the power of our industry and the people who make up this industry. And so cities all over the country are going to be having events in some form. For us, we're doing a series of things around the community to celebrate National Travel and Tourism Week. So first of all, on Monday, we're going to have a Transportation Appreciation Day. So our team will be out there providing free lunches and gift bags to the taxi drivers, the Uber and Lyft drivers.
When is that?
That is on Monday morning, this coming Monday. Just
right,
to
so
give
not
them
free lunches for everybody.
You have to be a driver. You have to be a driver.
All right,
Y'all
so
don't need to show up there.
if I find a checker cap and put it on, might I get a sandwich?
No, you're gonna
need you two out there.
No, just get some spray paint and paint your car yellow or white and black or something.
Get an Uber or Lyft, an Uber or Lyft certificate or a sticker. All right, but that's a good thing to show appreciation for the drivers.
That's right. I mean, if you think about it, they are in many cases the front line, the first and the last impression that our visitors have of the city, and they work really hard. So this is just a way for us to go out there and say thank you. We see you. We appreciate you. We're also going to include in that the TSA security personnel who are critical to our travel industry, not just here in New Orleans, but around the country. So that's Monday. Tuesday, we'll be doing something called Random Acts of Kindness, where we go around to our member businesses. You know, New Orleans and Company is a member organization as well as a sales and marketing organization. So we have many members throughout the community that are part of our success and a partnership that our team will be going around and making surprise deliveries and just saying thank you, especially to those frontline workers who are so critical. Wednesday will be at Wednesdays at the Square for a big activation. And then next Friday, we have a big luncheon at the Hyatt, which tickets are still available if people would like to purchase a ticket to that event. And Lieutenant Governor will be there, the mayor will be there. And again, it's really just a way to celebrate our industry and the momentum of our city. There's a lot of good things happening right now.
Okay, Kelly, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, I want you to tell our WBOK family of listeners about that lunch, in particular, the day, the location, how they can get tickets, so they can be a part of that celebration and observation, if you don't mind. All right?
Okay.
All right. So, Eddie, it's time for our break, but we might be able to take a call or two if it's related to hospitality.
Sure.
And what's that number?
504-582-9422, 504-582-9422.
You're listening to WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about.
All day long.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. As BET's co-founder, Sheila Johnson has a ton of experience in media, but a lot's changed since she first got the black-focused entertainment cable network off the ground. Johnson spoke to Bloomberg about the state of media and what black audiences might be seeking out now.
I just think that the landscape and the racial landscape of what African Americans are watching is changing. And I just think that we have got such a broad perspective of people out there that want something different, especially this younger generation. So we need to reevaluate what are the goals of black media and what are the answers? What is it out there that we need to answer?
According to Nielsen, just over 50% of black viewers feel there isn't enough content on TV from people of their identity group. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify black voices and the New Orleans culture.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. I am Will Sutton, and here with Eddie Francis. We're in conversation with Kelly Schultz, Senior Vice President at New Orleans and Company, and she's telling us about Tourism Week and National Travel and Tourism Week, which is next week. And in particular, there are things happening each and every day because why? It's New Orleans and Company. And on Friday, there's a special event. Tell us a little bit more about that, Kelly.
Sure. So it's Friday, May 8th, a week from today. It's at the Hyatt Regency New Orleans, and it's our annual luncheon. So we'll be hearing from the mayor and the lieutenant governor. We'll also hear from Walt Leger, our president and CEO, who will sort of present a state of the city. And Damon Singleton is going to be the MC, which we're excited about. And my favorite part of this luncheon is that we get to honor members of our community. So we have 3 frontline employees who are going to be receiving awards for they're called hospitality industry champions. We're going to honor them. And then also we're going to honor Mr. Arthur Hardy with a Lifetime Achievement Award. So those are really meaningful moments. This Legacy Award or Lifetime Achievement Award, we actually honored the Chase family with this award last year. And so they will be there to present the award to this year's honoree, which is Arthur Hardy, who is iconic in the city.
Fabulous. That's great.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. So I think we still have some tickets available if you go to neworleans.com/NTTW for National Travel and Tourism Week, NTTW. You can get all the details there. And of course, if people are out at Wednesdays at the Square, we'd love to say hi. We'll have an area out there, and would love to say hi.
So, Kelly, I know that there are people, I've seen some chatter online for people who just want to take a single ride on Amtrak to Mobile, and they're saying, good luck trying to get on that train because the Mardi Gras line has done very, very well, surpassing 100,000 passengers. Tell us about it.
Well, I actually took the train this week for the first time, and I can tell you it was packed. And it was a really great experience. We've been promoting this for, since last August when the service relaunched. After 20 years, it was since Katrina that we had this train line. And through the work of the Southern Rail Commission and Amtrak and my boss, Walt Leger, and many others, we were able to bring it back. And like you said, in August of last year, relaunched the service thinking, we'll have 75,000 passengers within the first year. And here we are 8 months in, and we've already had over 100,000 riders.
Whoa.
So it's very popular. I took the train this week. It was, huge groups of people. People are having fun. It's a very comfortable experience. You can sit back and enjoy the view. It's beautiful. You go through Bay St. Louis, Mississippi, and it has stops in Pascagoula and Gulfport and Biloxi, and then you finally make your way to Mobile. It's also, not only is it exceeding the ridership expectations, but it's also got one of the highest customer satisfaction scores of any Amtrak line in the country.
Wow.
And I can attest to that. The staff, all of the Amtrak personnel were so professional, so helpful. So I can understand why they're getting those really high scores.
Yeah, I mean, and I can understand too. I did Amtrak for a few trips last year, and I can only imagine between New Orleans and Mobile, the concession car is probably. I discovered the concession car, and I was like, "Ooh, I like this. I love it." So I can only imagine.
Well, I'm going to give you.
What's cool about this particular train is that it's New Orleans themed products in that concession car. So, for example, they serve community coffee, or New Orleans or Louisiana products. Mm-hmm. They serve community coffee, a beet of beer. You can buy a muffaletta. There are there's Zapp's potato chips. So they really did a good job of trying to bring in the local flavor for the passengers. The concession car was packed. I can tell you, people were, buying mimosas in the morning and just having a good old time. And so it's, we've been really happy to partner with Amtrak on this. And by the way, the prices are extremely reasonable. I think tickets start at about $15. So it's really affordable. Many people are doing this for, day trips. When I came back yesterday from Mobile, it was a large group of, looks like maybe a big family reunion. They were coming to New Orleans and were just, they were all in matching shirts and they were so happy to be coming on the train. And the Amtrak staff were really, hyping up New Orleans. Like, we're about to get to the destination you've all been waiting for. So it's really good, a good thing.
Well, Kelly, my wife was on that train just earlier this week with a group from our church who took a day trip to Mobile. And, of course, we talked about their experiences in Mobile and everything. But she wanted to talk about the train.
Yeah.
And here's, speaking of the customer service, they did not buy the higher priced tickets, but they were comfortable. They enjoyed their time. Some of them ventured into the higher priced cars and came back to report, it's not worth it. We are much better off over here. These people are great.
The coach, when I first toured the train, I saw the coach seats. And I actually thought it was the business class section.
Right,
but it
yes.
wasn't.
That was our point. Yeah. It's like we're really...
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Oh,
it's very
boy.
comfortable and very nice and very spacious.
Yeah, well, an amazing thing to think that there once was something called the Sunset Limited 20 years or so ago. Hurricane Katrina changed so much, and it took us this long to get back because of all of the bureaucracy and politics to get to this point, and now it's proven to be such a success. I'm sure lots of people would like to take credit for bringing it back, but we're just glad that it is back. I know we're going to have to let you go in a few minutes, but can you talk about the Good Times Pass? I love this idea.
Yes, we're really excited to have launched the Good Times Pass, which is basically just a way to make it easier for visitors to access our different attractions throughout the city. So this is with a company called ARES, and also, oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the name. Hold on one second. It's available through neworleans.com and allows people to purchase tickets to different attractions throughout the city at a discounted rate. It is available on your phone, so there's no paper ticket or printing required. Everything is done through the phone, and it's been pretty successful so far. We've seen really good numbers, and people are actually taking advantage of this. So you can choose six experiences from over 25 curated attractions, and so it's through the Smart Visit app. That's the name I was searching for. So Smart Visit and ARES Travel have partnered with us on this.
All right. So, Kelly, I just want to clarify. You did say visitors, but can we people here, if we want to look at a 10-day stretch where we want to get more than we usually get out of New Orleans, can we go on and be a visitor for that 10 days?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, when I say visitor, I mean, yeah, that's a good point. No, I'm glad you said that because, when I say visitor, I mean anyone that wants to purchase a ticket to one of these attractions, and that very much could be someone from the New Orleans area. So, yeah, if you go to neworleans.com/goodtimespass, you'll see all the information. And we've been working on this for a while, and we always try and look for technology partners that can make it easier and more accessible for people to get to the different attractions around the city. Also, it is options for restaurants. So, yes, very much available for local residents who want to get out and be tourists at home.
So, Kelly, we know we have a lot of events coming up, especially the summer events that are going to be coming up. Now, one event that I've seen come up on social media that's gotten a lot of chatter is Keith Lee's Family Day, which some of our listeners may or may not know about, but it seems as if the traction to that day is starting to build a little bit, and folks are starting to get a bit more interested in what's happening with that.
Yeah, this is something that, when this came up, it's been extremely popular. Keith Lee is a huge influencer, obviously, and the event is May 16th. It happens at the UNO Lakefront Arena. So it's basically food, music, very family friendly, and it's really designed to uplift overlooked restaurants and overlooked small businesses. So it's a festival with vendors that have been hand selected by Keith Lee. There's also going to be many participants out there. There's an NCAACP Image Award-winning comedian, Kevin Fredericks, who will be there, musical performances. So lots going on. We're looking forward to that event, and I think tickets are going pretty quickly.
All right. I have one complaint, though, before we end this interview. Those dogs have not barked one time. Not one. Is me, Will. Is me. Every time I do this solo with Kelly, the dogs, there's something about those dogs in me. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I've done to those dogs.
Time. Well, guess what, Eddie? You know why? Because I'm sitting in my car. So you can't hear.
Okay, all right.
If I were around the dog and they heard your voice, they will start barking. That's how it works for every interview. But
the dogs love me. That's the way I see it.
They do. They do.
All right, Kelly, thank you
I
so
love
much.
you guys, too. Thank you for the time.
Well, thank you for joining us for a bit of your time. Thank you to New Orleans and Company for all that you all do across the year. Thank you for regularly checking in with us at WBOK so we can learn more detail than just what we might see on the radio or in the paper or online, so we can get some more context from you and or Walt. We really appreciate it. Lord's blessings. Have a great day, Kelly.
Thank you so much.
All right, folks. Great conversation with Kelly Schultz, Senior VP at New Orleans Company. Jazz Fest, man, about 90% occupancy and more. And then whoever's staying at your house and your mama's house, and TD's house, they're not even counted in that number.
Now, I'm telling you, that is going to have to be an official data set.
But Eddie gave them a charge.
Yeah, exactly.
Got to start counting those people, too.
Yep.
So, it is 8:27 a.m. If you got somewhere to be at 8:30, you got 3 minutes. So I hope you're on your way or maybe pulling into the parking spot. Or maybe the office is on the other side of your bed. You pull out that laptop, fire it up, send that email, make that call so they know. I'm alive, I'm working, I'm earning my pay. Keep in mind, the school zone speed limits are still in effect for 33 minutes. That is 20 miles per hour, folks. 20 miles per hour. If you're around those schools, slow down, let our babies and kiddos get to school safely, and you get to go where you're going safely as well. Up next, we're going to talk with our friends from Liberty Bank, and we're going to be talking about the Junior Achievement Upgrader in New Orleans as a part of that conversation. Looking forward to that, and I hope you are too. Taking a break, and we'll be back with them in just minutes. This is WBOK 1230 a.m. what New Orleans is talking about all day long.
This is your news update for WBOK from WDSU. For all your news and weather, watch WDSU News, New Orleans' leader in live, local, late-breaking news. Today at noon and 4 p.m.
Today is a WDSU First Warning Weather Impact Day. We are talking about the possibility of more on and off again chances of showers and thunderstorms. Any of those could be severe and also could pose a flash flood potential for us. Highs today 68 to 77. We'll see another round of storms overnight after midnight to about 3 a.m. Then for your Saturday morning, storms will clear out. From the WDSU First Warning Weather Center, I'm Raven Richard.
Hello, friend. Tavis Smiley here with a special announcement. You can catch my show at a new time. Weekdays from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Same great topics, same great guests, same great conversations, just a little earlier in the day. It's Tavis Smiley, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m. only on WBOK 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about.
How we help each other shows what kind of world we want to live in, and the smallest actions together speak the loudest. So, what kind of world do you want to live in? Give NOLA Day is May 7th. Early giving starts April 23rd. Make a donation today at givenola.org.
Interest rates and inflation are out of control. Is your credit card debt also out of control? It's time to resolve your debt and take back control for a lot less than what you owe. If you have $10,000 or more in credit card debt, then you need to call us right now. Debt Fix Pros can significantly reduce the amount you owe, and you could be debt-free faster than you think.
I knew we had to do something. Our debt was growing.
It was getting out of control, and we just didn't know what to do.
We saw an ad for Debt Fix Pros. We called, and they showed us how fast they could get us out of debt.
It really was amazing, and now we're back in control.
Call now, and we'll show you how easy it is to fix your debt. The call and consultation are free. Call Debt Fix Pros right now at 800-311-5977. That's 800-311-5977. 800-311-5977.
City Park is where to go when you don't know where to go. Turn towards the city center and start walking. Before long, you'll end up where you belong, at the heart of the city, New Orleans City Park. Stroll along the reeded marsh, wander through the sculpture garden, rest and recharge beneath ancient oak trees. This is where your spirit goes to grow. It's in our nature to yearn for nature. NewOrleansCityPark.org, heart of the city.
Greetings and salutations. I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, chairman of the board of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. We'd like to invite you to tune in every Wednesday at 12 noon on WBOK to listen in on Black to Business and be a part of the movement that's going on. Thank you.
There's a Jewish saying that if you save one life, you save the world. Jesus said, whatever you do for the least of these, my brethren, you do for me. This is the time for good people to come together to help house the homeless. Donate gently used dishes, blankets, and furnishings to Nonprofit Unity of Greater New Orleans so together we can help our most vulnerable neighbors get off the streets into apartments with supportive services. For more information to join in on our good work, go to unitygno.org.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
When it comes to family planning, should you go with a will or a trust?
A will is like leaving instructions to the court. It tells them who gets what, but your family still has to go through a succession, which can be costly and time-consuming.
A trust, on the other hand, avoids court altogether. So when the time comes, everything transfers smoothly to your loved ones.
It's a little more work up front, but way less hassle and expense later. Plan smart, save time, and take care of your family.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
I am Will Sutton, and with me is Eddie Francis. You still here?
Yeah. And I'm going to be here, too, until 6 o'clock.
All right. And it's going to be filling in for the G-Man, Gerard Stevens, on the reality check. So no matter what you do in your day today, thank you for listening to the Good Morning Show, and make sure you tune in to Eddie at 4 p.m.
Yep. You better.
Yep. I'll be listening to some of you.
Oh, thank you.
See what's going on.
Yeah,
so
right,
I told you, on a recent weekend, I didn't get back to you because I was listening to a Eddie Francis show, and I got caught up with what Miss Tess was talking about.
Oh.
You went down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, right. I was like, but I was supposed to call this man. So anyway, all right, we are happy to have with us our friend, Angel Burns from Liberty Bank. And we got Eric Walter Jr., who is the Director of Impact and Post-Secondary Experiences.
At Junior Achievement, yes.
I like that. At Junior Achievement of Greater New Orleans and Impact and Post-Secondary Experiences. We're going to get to that in a moment and find out the Liberty Bank connection But Brother Eric, this is your first time at WBOK.
Yes, sir.
This is your first time on the Good Morning Show. We are happy you're here. But who your mama in there? Where you come from? What's up?
So I'm New Orleans native. My mom is Sonia Henry Walter. So Walter is her last name. My dad is Eric Walter Sr. I grew up in the 7th Ward. We moved to Gentilly, like we were talking about. I went to St. Aug, class of 02. Class of 02.
02.
Right, sons. 88.
73.
Jared, 17.
17.
17.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
All right.
There we
All
go.
right. All purple.
And then I went to
purple by relation.
Yes,
by
Thomas
relation.
Thibodeau in the 60s. Yes.
And after St. Aug, I went to Dillard.
Okay.
So I'm a Dillard grad.
Yeah,
I know we're around Xavier, but I'm a Dillard grad, class of 06.
All right.
And I'm a New Orleans native. I'm probably not going anywhere. I love it here.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
All right.
So, Dr. Burns, what is your connection and Liberty Bank's connection to Eric and Junior Achievement?
Yeah, well, Liberty Bank. Well, good morning. Thank you for having us, and always excited to be here. Liberty Bank is a proud supporter of Junior Achievement of Greater New Orleans, and Liberty Bank believes one of the pathways to success is through entrepreneurship and financial mindfulness and financial preparedness. And so what better partner to have to prepare young people and young adults but Junior Achievement. And so we're a proud supporter, and I spend a lot of my time with my Junior Achievement colleagues. And so we think that this is a winning program that Eric leads. And so we're happy to talk about it today.
Wonderful. So how did you get connected to Junior Achievement?
So I used to be a teacher. So I taught for 8 years. I was a dean at an alternative high school for 3 years. I've kind of always been into education and the education system and helping our young people. My mom is actually a teacher. My mom has taught my whole life. A lot of times throughout my life, I would be in my mom's classroom. She taught pre-K, little babies. But I'd be in her classroom helping. So I really like the education space. After being a teacher, I also worked at the Urban League. And so I worked in the education department at the Urban League. And one of the things that I've always liked, it's kind of a passion of mine. I want to see our city's young people do better than what I did. And my wife could tell you I have some stories about how financially illiterate I was. I have been in a lot of trouble for some irresponsible things that I've done with money. And I don't want to see anybody make the mistakes that I made. So I really love the mission of Junior Achievement, educating these young people about the financial wellness piece. The career readiness piece is something else that we do. I really did not know what I wanted to do when I left college, but my mom was a teacher. I was like, well, let me go teach. I like working with young people. And thankfully, it worked out for me, but I really want this city's young people to learn more about the career opportunities that are out there and entrepreneurship. I think that's a really big piece in being your own boss, taking responsibility for yourself and your actions. I really, really enjoy that entrepreneurship piece too. So the missions of Junior Achievement really resonate with me.
So, I wanted to go back to a term that you use, especially connecting it to Junior Achievement, and that is financial mindfulness. I find that to be a fascinating term. So, what is that?
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the best way to describe it is thinking about how we think about money. We all need it, but it's like, how do we think about it? How do we value it? How do we control our impulses? How do we talk about needs and wants, and these are simple concepts, but how do we control our daily actions? Because here's at the end of the day, and like Eric said, I have learned the hard way, and I'm still learning the hard way. Sometimes, I learn a lot of these, I know a lot of these best practices, but do I always follow them? No. And then it stings at the end of the month if I've made some poor choices. And I know the mindfulness piece is just thinking about our values too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and what occurs to me, and Eric, I imagine that this is something that comes up with young people. I think a good example is you see that thing with Jeff Bezos' company that you want to order, and you know you don't need it.
It's so easy.
And because it's so easy, you stop and tell yourself, I'm about to spend $39 on something I don't need, and I know this $39 is going to drain my account unnecessarily.
Before your foot even hits, like if you can be in bed, you haven't even gotten out of bed yet in the morning, and you can spend money that you don't need to be spending because you have your phone with free shipping. You have to be able to figure out what's really important and control your impulses.
But it's really being in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a this is a tie-in. This is a tie-in. There's a New York Magazine piece out now. The journalists talked to wealthy people and what it's like to be wealthy, to not have to go through TSA, not to wait to board, not to worry about how much you're spending on vacation, and have vacations like 6-8 times a year. And he talked with a number of these people, and along those points, he talked to one of these guys who got the wealth from parents.
Yeah, generational wealth.
Generational. Very wealthy. And he talked about buying $500 sneakers because he could. And then he would go out a few weeks later and buy another pair of $500 sneakers because he could, and then another, and then another, and then another. And then, meanwhile, his money was getting bigger, and it got so big that he no longer found a thrill out of the $500 sneaker because it's like, this is kind of becoming regular. I don't really. It was an emotional purchase.
Yeah.
Even for this rich guy. And he came to realize, it's like, why am I doing this? But we make emotional purchases.
All the time, because it makes us feel better at the time, but then we'll have buyer's remorse. And so that's, one thing that with Liberty Bank and Junior Achievement, we really want to help young people start thinking about careers, how to manage money, making good choices early. You don't even have to have a lot of money to grow your money if you understand a budget and you understand simple things like compounding interest and things like that. And career choices, thinking about what's going to be your return on investment with the type of loans that you take out. You don't need to go to a school where it's $80,000 a year if you're choosing an amazing career path, but you'll only yield about $35,000 a year. Why would you do that to yourself? Take advantage of 2 years at a community college, or in high school, you could take advantage of the dual enrollment program and graduate with a diploma and an associate's degree before you even set foot on a 4-year college campus. But we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
And that's why I'm excited about this program that Eric is going to talk to us about, because this teaches us about a career path that we may not even know is open to us. We know things that are fun for us to do, things that are exciting to do, but you can channel those energies and those interests into an actual career path if you know how.
Yeah, and that's JA Startup.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
JA
excited
Startup.
about that.
Yeah. And I mean, if you want me to talk a little bit about JA Startup, I kind of like what you said. We don't know what we don't know, and that's kind of the idea that we work around with JA Startup. So with JA Startup, we work with young people, 18 to 25-year-olds, who are what we call micropreneurs, and that's like a new term. I just heard micropreneurs.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just learned about micropreneurs. So micropreneurs are people who have very small businesses. You could even call it like a side hustle. We always say selling plates out your mama's house, doing nails, doing hair out your mama's house, that kind of stuff. But they're entrepreneurs of necessity. They have to be entrepreneurs. They have to have these side hustles just to make it. And so we work with these young people who are micropreneurs, and we provide them with resources. And that's what we go back to saying, you don't know what you don't know. A lot of times in the entrepreneurship space, our young people don't know what resources are out there. I actually had a conversation with a young lady yesterday. She, I'm trying to remember what she does. I think she's a crocheting business. I never thought about that. She had a crocheting business, And she was interested in the program, and she asked what it is that we do. And I said, well, one of the important things that we do is we put you in touch with resources. She's like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, well, have you ever heard of Fund 17? Have you ever heard of Propeller? Have you ever heard of Thrive? Have you ever heard of Flight? Never heard of any of these things, right? And these are all organizations that help with entrepreneurship. We put these young people in touch with these organizations to help expand the pool of resources. So she was excited to be able to get in touch with those resources. Additionally, we teach them about, and I could go on and on and on, right? I'm sure you could tell, right? And if you have any more questions, you could ask me. We give them the resources. We give them a little bit of education in the entrepreneurship space, but they also have the opportunity, this is the big thing, to win up to $25,000.
Oh,
that's when we get people.
$25,000. Can we say that again?
I can't press the replay
Yes,
button
yes.
right now, but since I can't press replay right
Real
now,
money.
let me go back.
Real money.
What was that last thing you said?
You can get $25,000 real money, and we're not telling them what to do with that money. If they got to pay rent with that money for that month, they're adults. They could do what they need to do.
Because you
right?
can't focus on your idea.
Qualify to have a chance at this $25,000.
So, so you can go on our website. It's www.jagno.org, and we have links for the application on there. I've also been doing a ton of recruitment with
Eric's
this
been
flyer.
all over the
I have
city
been
with
all
this.
over the city. People listening probably know who I am, right? And so I have the QR code. All you have to do is scan it. It is a QR code, takes you right to Google Forms. I created the application, so it's real short, real simple, no barriers to entry. All you have to do is apply, and we'll take a look at the application. We're accepting between 12 and 15 applicants in the cohort this year. Last year was 8, so we're expanding. But just apply. We'll take a look at your business. You could call, you could text. I've been getting calls the past month with people asking me about it and asking for details. But that $25,000 is what's getting a lot of people. And the cool thing about the way that $25,000 is divvied up, we have 4 judges. Each judge gets $5,000 that they can divvy up how they see fit. So we had 8.
Wait. So you
To the
select
winners.
judges.
Yes, we have judges.
And then the judges have discretion.
They have discretion
Yes.
on how they
Based
want.
on who they see and what they hear.
Exactly.
And
so
you don't tell them, they get to decide.
Right. So, for example, if it's just us, I could get 2,000. Joe might get 3,000. You can get 5,000. The judges decide how much they want to give to each group.
So potentially somebody could walk away with it all, or all of us could walk away if we all have something amazing to pitch.
Right. Wow. And I know if you're doing math in your head, you're like 4 judges, $5,000. That's just 20, right? So the other $5,000 comes from like community members who come in, and so the community members, just whoever comes in, we give them the chips to put into the baskets. And they come in and they talk to the different businesses, and they decide how that's divvied up.
So the audience can even participate. Yeah. The audience has the power to gift money away to the best ideas.
Yes.
I don't know if we mentioned the age group.
No, I was just going to say, because people think of junior achievement so often and think high school.
Yeah.
Maybe middle school. But that's kind of what's in their mind. But I know from knowing a number of people who were part of junior achievement or worked with junior achievement, it doesn't stop at 18. And this is a good example of that, right?
Yes, 18 to 25. So we are moving into that 18 to 25 young adult space. We've been doing this for about 3 years now. And so I'm kind of leading the charge with that. And this is one of our premier programs for that age group.
Okay, well, we've got Ryan on the line who wants to talk with y'all about this very thing. Good morning, Ryan. This is Will Sutton and Eddie Francis, and you're on with Angel Burns and Eric Walter.
Oh, great. Okay, good morning, y'all. Lord's blessings, as you say.
Lord's blessings. What's your question?
Well, no question. Thank you, first of all, for the awareness, as usual. But an old man once told me, he said, if you're working hard, you gotta make sure you keep that money man happy, and you're the money man because you're working hard for it, right? But a lot of people could take that out of context and then just do whatever. So, financial responsibility is extremely important. And what was I going to say? oh yeah, 25 grand or even a portion of that will go a long way keeping the money man happy. So, everybody should, come up with a great idea and get involved in that. Also, I'm way junior than most of y'all, so I should somehow, get a piece of that, right?
This is your pitch.
If you don't,
I'll get back with you. I'll get back with you.
That's
But
true,
either way, I'll throw it down to the young folk. You know that. All right, peace, y'all.
Very good. Lord's blessings, Brian. Thank you for that.
Ryan said,
supporting comment about the importance of financial literacy.
Okay.
And staying on track and realizing that you may make the money, but the money man has to be happy. So you got to pay your bills. You got to take care of other things.
Yep.
That's kind of the essence of my summary of what Mr. Ryan was saying. Look, we just have another minute or so, and I want to make sure that you tell people how to reach y'all.
Yes.
And how to apply, because I think the deadline's like Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, May 5th.
May 5th, yeah. So give them the website again, Eric.
Right.
If you
So
don't mind.
so the website is www.jagno.org. So that's jagno.org. They could also reach me directly, and I reply to emails. My email is really easy. Eric, ERIC @ jagno.org. So
that is easy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Eric @ jagno.org. Shoot me an email, and I'll definitely get back with you.
All right, folks. That's the JA Startup, investing in tomorrow with taking local businesses from where they are to a next level and probably another level and another level with the help of a few dollars.
Yes, sir.
That could go all the way up to $25,000.
Earn some
Junior
amazing
Achievement of Greater New Orleans, supported by Liberty Bank, and program for 18 to 25-year-olds. No 7-year-olds need to apply.
No
59-year-olds need to
No,
apply.
a bit too old.
Yes.
Maybe they might let you in on a session or two so you can listen, but you will not get any dollars.
Yes.
So. All right. Great conversation with Angel Burns and Eric Walter from Liberty Bank and Junior Achievement. Y'all really should look that up. That is a wonderful opportunity for young people moving along from 18 to 25. Great idea. Good way to get some information, get some education, get some mentoring, and have a shot at getting some dollars. You're listening to WBOK, and Eddie, there's a chance for a couple people to call in. What's that number?
Okay, get in where you fit in. 504-582-9422, 504-582-9422.
This is WBOK, 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. All day long.
This is The Law and Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton. Comparing the cost of will, successions, and trusts.
A will might only be a few $100s, but your family could end up paying more in legal fees.
Trust costs more upfront, but saves time, stress, and potentially thousands.
Think of it as paying a little now to avoid a big bill later. Smart planning means big savings for your family. This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. As BET's co-founder, Sheila Johnson has a ton of experience in media, but a lot's changed since she first got the black-focused entertainment cable network off the ground. Johnson spoke to Bloomberg about the state of media and what black audiences might be seeking out now.
I just think that the landscape and the racial landscape of what African Americans are watching is changing. And I just think that we have got such a broad perspective of people out there that want something different, especially this younger generation. So we need to reevaluate what are the goals of black media and what are the answers? What is it out there that we need to answer?
According to Nielsen, just over 50% of black viewers feel there isn't enough content on TV from people of their identity group. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Lowe's, Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Liberty Mutual customize this song for you. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. Thanks to Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
This is Andronika Morris, host of Put Housing First. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock, where we will discuss how housing affects every aspect of our lives and what's necessary, what's needed to guarantee housing for all. Join us every Tuesday at 12 o'clock as we dig down deep onto the issues that affect all of us.
Good morning, Wake Up. The Good Morning Show. Good morning. On WBOK.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, New Orleans, and welcome back to the Good Morning Show. I'm Will Sutton. I'm here with Eddie Francis and Jared on the other side of the glass. And man, that was 1, 2, 3, 4 purple nights in here.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's a lot of us.
Absolutely, absolutely. So look, we're going to have to get out of here and make way for the front porch. And that's going to be coming up. And then we're going to hear from Tavis Smiley, and then we're going to hear Reality Check with guest co-host Eddie Francis.
Yes, sir.
What are you going to be talking about?
I'm actually, I'm going to replay this interview with Cleo Fields for the Reality Check audience. And also, I'm going to talk about how we as Black folks, we still have a lot of power in controlling our own narrative.
That's a good one.
Yes.
That's a good
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you. That'll be good. That'll be good. And, of course, those of you all who are with us early, not only did you hear from Congressman Cleo Fields, but you also heard from our Orleans Parish Registrar, Lisa Manning-Bridges. We do have an election, early voting, starting tomorrow. So don't let the governor or anybody else fool you. He did not postpone or cancel all elections. It's just that he decided with an executive order that the races for U.S. House of Representatives in whatever district and the race for U.S. Senate, which is statewide, are postponed. So, yes, you'll find them on your ballot no matter where you go, as long as you're a registered voter and show up. And you can vote in those races. But the governor says it won't count. So, I like the idea of voting and showing them how much you care.
I was going to say vote.
Let's see what the tallies are.
Vote anyway. Yep.
Even though it won't count, let's do that. And, of course, we got 5 constitutional amendments on the ballot. We'll talk some more about that next week. But really, take a look at that. You can go to PAR. You can go to Power Coalition and elsewhere to find out about that. All right, we got to get up and get out of here. It's time for the front porch coming up next. This is WBOK 1230 AM, what New Orleans is talking about all day long.